Welcome back, folks, to Broken Age here on the Heavy Physics channel. Today we're in Murloff, and now we get to explain thoughts of this father and son team. So essentially, this is Walt with apostrophe. Basically, this is a cult of lightness. Essentially, they're light baggage. So, what's the basic thing you probably want to know? Well, the first thing you have to discover is that in this area, everything is light. So the job of these two is they're preeners. They keep an eye on the birds' nests and make sure they're not heavy. So what their job is that they find out that you're from sugar bunting. Essentially, they stay here and float a while. So you could outright say that you're gonna eat them, or you just basically sort of lie, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of lie.
Of mine escaped
So you're about to discover that no one escapes the frickin' Maiden's Feast. None. You're supposed to get killed in this world. I mean, what the hell is wrong with this picture? Seriously, pretty much, so essentially Murloff had their Maiden's Feast, yeah, of course, and then Sugar Bunting had theirs, and you escaped from Sugar Bunting's, and now you gotta go to Shellman to stop them there. Unfortunately for those from Murloff, they insult Shellman because they smell like the sea. Well, really, you're going to pretty much put those revolutions in. Put those that want to fight Mog Chothra in jail? Seriously? That's not gonna work.
Mom says she does, but she doesn't really.
But unfortunately, you discover is that his mother wants to leave too. So your next task, of course, is to get out of Murloff and towards the ground below, and basically head towards Shellmound. Essentially, we have to intercept.
Did you say that?
So you find out the next Maiden's Feast was in Shellmound.
It's so sad. I mean, they're always trying to.
And then you discover that Shellmound have always tried to compete against them, but they smell like old seaweed to the kids. So
how do I get to Shellmound?
So how do you get?
Follow the stink.
So they insult about the stink. So let's go back to talk about Murloff.
This magical place would win you over.
And there's like magical places and all that. So you'll discover that who Jessie is that it's a polygon.
Oh, really? I guess I owe her
So
thank you.
you'll probably also find out is that she is really broody, and she find out that Jessie lost her egg, and you have to find it. So that's another thing we might want to keep an eye on. So all these things, but I gotta admit, I really like what the presentation style is. I mean, you look at the animation here, and I'm pretty sure you could say that this game is reminiscent of Curse of Monkey Island, that without cartoon graphics, these are actually highly detailed graphics, so it looks like a storybook. That's the one thing you'll discover. Also, you'll also find out about Brother Lightbeard, who is essentially the head of the
How are we floating on these clouds?
So how are they?
No, son. Try.
So essentially, what to discover is
circumference?
Area.
So basically, what we find out is that it's about surface area, pounds per square inch. So that's the one thing you find out. You can find out more about where the egg is, and you'll probably discover that someone called Gus has actually taken this egg. He's also a bit dense. Also, he's kind of like the weakest one here, obviously, because well, Bully wouldn't exist. Bullying technically exist for those that, you know, Harmony Lightbeard is a brilliant philosopher, spiritualist, and buoyancy instructor. A buoyancy instructor? Oh, you have to be like light. You know something? I think this Brotherhood of Light is probably a cult, and I think the guy that runs it is a fucking con artist. But that's just me.
Don't the birds tend to
So, find a way so you find out the birds here are not homemakers. They, if they were left to their own devices, they would like too many eggs, or they just get fat and they'll sink from the clouds. So the job of the preeners
Well, I'll see you two later.
Farewell.
is to basically, like, take the eggs and raise them themselves. Or You'll eat a pig.
No freestyle.
And it's like, you can't freestyle. Well, that's about that. So, let's move on to this woman here. As you can see. And as you reach the conversation, she's gonna lose she loses her knife. And, oh dear.
I told you to be careful.
It's okay. It's just my whole
Well,
life
that's
has
a
gotten
kind...
resolved.
Well, nice going there, Vela. You lost her...
What?
About your knife.
Oh, right. My knife.
Well, she's kind of sketchy because she's not a believer, but she actually...
So, what's
her
your name,
job...
Carl?
Carol.
No.
Carl? Oh,
Carol.
it's Carol, essentially. Carol with the
Some of the letters
apostrophe
removed for reasons
removed
that
as
are
well.
too stupid
It's
to
kind of
use.
stupid.
Hey,
I'll
can I
ask you with a
about
rig.
those weird
It turns
guys
out
down
it's
there?
it's her
My
husband
husband's
and her son.
What did they do this time?
Since the son is a
I
believable
think they're
person,
gonna
and the
hit somebody with
husband
their
is like,
sticks.
you know,
Oh, my husband would never do that.
rules
Harmony
against fighting.
has
Well,
rules
obviously you
against
can't fight
fighting
here
here.
because it's a very light place. You can't really.
Harmony.
Army.
Harmony Lightbeard?
Harmony
Guru,
Lightbeard,
my
the supposed
husband
guru,
called up here. I think
that
he's a nut.
he's a
But I let
nut,
my
but I
husband
let
have his
her
hobbies.
husband have the hobbies.
Your husband
Why is he following a guru?
He moved the whole family up here, so we could
Philosophy
study
of
Harmony
lightness.
Lightbeard's philosophy
So
of lightness.
basically, it's not
Christ
give a
sake.
shit.
I'm just playing
So
along.
she thinks it's a midlife
I don't
crisis.
think those guys down there are working as hard as you are.
Oh, I
And
think
you
they
just
are.
basically,
Just lost
and
my
yeah,
knife.
you had to remind her about losing a
Is that
knife,
all
didn't
of
you?
them?
Well, there's McGee, my teenager.
She has a teenage daughter as
Head in the
well,
clouds
off with a
somewhere.
head in the
You
clouds
know what I
somewhere.
mean.
Ah,
You must be very proud.
Honey, I'm just trying to survive this phase.
survive the
honestly.
fate.
I wish he had just had an affair like most
Well, isn't
people
that
make
kind of like an
marriages. I think that's all up here.
Okay.
interesting
enough about your
joke?
family.
Oh, sorry.
If she had an
Is that
affair,
something
it
about
would
them
have
again?
made things a little bit more interesting.
You can't make hats without
Can't
a
make-
knife.
Hats?
So you'll
I'd like to
discover
wear cloud shoes here.
that
Or
she
I
makes
did
cloud
when you came
shoes.
along.
Wow, cloud shoes,
Shoes out of
eh?
clouds?
That
No,
sounds like a
shoes that keep you from
fantastic
sinking into
thing to
clouds.
wear.
They spread out your weight. Buoyancy is all
Buoyancy
Wait,
is all
I know
about area.
Area?
pounds per square
Pounds
inch.
per square
Tiny little feet
inch.
like yours.
So that's what you'll probably
Clouds,
discover here.
chopsticks through whipped
That's
cream.
the one thing you'll probably find out.
Do you really
yeah,
use
you could
whipped cream
add
with
the
chopsticks?
whipped
Oh,
cream.
when I'm feeling
Only
sad.
when I'm feeling sad. Wait, whipped cream
don't
with
you use
freaking
your teeth?
chopsticks.
Shoes made of teeth.
Meh.
That's creepy.
Well,
She's
I'll
made
let
out
you
of
get back to your
teeth,
work.
so now we have
My
to, like,
work.
she's discovered about the work. Right, now that we've pretty much just screwed up her livelihood, we have to find that knife. Or rather, instead of finding a knife, we have to discover your knife. By the way, without cloud shoes, you'll sink through the clouds. That's the one thing you cannot do here, is you cannot sink the clouds.
Hi, I'm Maggie
And it's
McGee.
Hey, what's
this
up?
is Maggie. It's the
Nothing.
teenage daughter of them.
What did you say your name was?
McGee.
It's Maggie, but without the
Maggie,
A.
without the
It's her
A.
dad's idea. Obviously, because
dad's
he's like
idea.
following the thing. Wow, she's
Don't
kind
you
of
mind that your dad took the A out of your name?
Well, yeah, but my dad
Losing an
said,
A is better than
hey,
losing an
losing
eye.
an A is better than losing
Wow,
an
she's
eye.
not enthusiastic at all. She's probably like most.
Your dad's pretty creepy.
Well, obviously.
Wasn't before he joined this cult.
Oh, so it is a cult. That's what I always figured that this stupid
dad's
cult,
in a cult?
stupid place is.
He's just taking this Lightbird worship a little too far. But it's okay. At least it got him out of his line dance.
Line? That's even worse.
What are you doing exactly?
I'm taking
So
care of
she's
the
looking.
eggs.
She's basically
If it
dusting
weren't
off
for
the
me,
eggs.
They'd get dusty
They
or something.
get really.
How do you get to the eggs?
So
in the
she'll
nest?
discover that
Oh,
she
you
has
think
her
I'm so
because.
short, you
Oh,
think?
we're not
No.
insulting you or anything. No. She actually shows you. She's like
I'm just messing with you.
a ladder. Oh.
Hey, can I borrow your ladder?
Okay.
Well, now that we have a ladder,
It's small.
Hey, short things can surprise you, okay?
interesting
True.
little bit of lessons that we could learn here
Hey, is there any
is
way
that
off this
even if it's
cloud?
small, it'll surprise you.
I'd be here if
Interesting
there
philosophy
were.
that
We
will
used
now
to
come
have
into
a
play
cool
later.
feather vader that went straight down to the
So
forest
it turns
below.
out that they have a
But
feather vader, but
Harmony took it out.
basically Harmony took it out.
Why'd they take out the feather vader?
Harmony decided that
Harmony decided nobody had any reason to leave. Well, of course no one had any reason to leave.
Maybe
I
just
should
jump.
jump. No,
Did it.
don't commit
No
suicide.
good.
Apparently it
Whoopsie
doesn't
birdie
work
guards
because
catch you and
because
bring you
apparently
back.
there are whoopsie-birdie
What
guards.
you need is a ladder.
Ladder,
But it
but
would
you
have
have to
to
be
be
much taller than
much
that.
taller
But the
than
ladder's
that.
gonna be a very useful thing.
Lightbeard's really serious about this lightness thing,
You
isn't
can
he?
point. You can
Oh, yeah.
observe that one.
People say he only
People
eats
only
feathers.
he only eats
But it's
feathers.
not true.
Good.
Ew, that's disgusting. Who fucking licks feathers?
Hey, what
Must
kind
be
of
some
bird
sort of
lays those
sick
golden eggs?
freak.
Oh, those are egg substitutes.
No, these golden eggs here
We
are
make them
egg
for the
substitutes.
older
Basically,
senile
they're
gulls
made
who
for
forget they
older
don't have
senile
eggs.
gulls that pretty much still have
Why are they made of gold?
So why are they made of gold? It's the heaviest stuff we have.
want them to be
Golden
heavy
eggs
so
that
the
are like
gulls
the
can't
heaviest
carry them
things,
off and lose them.
and you don't convert them
Hey,
into money.
Nice cloud
So we have cloud
My mom made
shoes.
them for me. All the other kids have cool
So
name
essentially,
brand cloud
wait.
shoes,
Oh, this is
but
kind of a
I
commercialism
get
thing here.
homemade. Oh,
She has homemade
Sometimes.
cloud shoes, while other kids have frickin'
Well, I'll leave you alone.
okay.
Right, thanks, Maggie. Thanks very much. So, now that we have a ladder... Ah! There's a knife there. Wait a minute, that's not an ordinary knife, no. That's the knife that you lost during the end of the last part.
It's my mom's
Oh, that's gonna be
special
fucking
ceremonial
useful
knife.
indeed. We could use that to create light shoes, if we wanted to. Let's head towards the... Let's get out of here. We're pretty much done for now. That's the big thing. We can't get the egg over there yet, so let's go down through here. Go through there, and if you fall down there, it's like... Ah! See? Harmony Dewbird save our lives. And just dump you back where they were. Okay, now we just go down here and... Oh! Oh, this must have been where the, How can Mog Chopper fly? So, this is basic... So, she is essentially one of the people that didn't get picked by Mog
I
Chothra.
really like
Essentially,
your outfit.
shaming her entire family.
Not good enough, though, apparently.
Well, so at
And on
least,
top of that, the shoes were too tight.
Too tight.
Did you say something about
Obviously,
shoes?
Yeah,
shoes.
why? You need some? Take these. I don't need any.
So now we have your own, pairs of cloud shoes. We can
I'm
finally
gonna sit here
leave this
forever.
one.
What are you doing down here?
I'm
Well,
having fun
essentially
for
what
the
this
maiden's
what
feast.
this maiden was supposed to be,
tell?
she was supposed to have been an offering for the
Where's the
feast, but
nice
unfortunately, she didn't get picked.
Kind of shabby looking for a maiden's feast.
Hey,
Obviously.
I can't help the way I look.
Not bad for an
No, I mean the
outfit, but
broken bird cages and feathers.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she obviously
Well,
didn't get picked.
It's because the feast is over.
2 maidens got sacrificed, and
Need help? Cleaning up?
Why bother?
Well, it's just kind of a mess down here.
So am I. That's why I like it.
wow, she's really depressed
The feast
about
is
not
over.
getting
What are
eaten.
you doing here? Rubbing
So
in.
don't you?
I'm assuming she's
I'm
probably
still
gonna
here
die or
because you
something.
didn't
I
get
don't.
picked, okay?
No. Suicide or be?
I was in a maiden's feast too. Just today, in fact.
Oh, really? You
Well, of
didn't
course
get picked either?
She assumed that you didn't get picked.
Well,
So essentially, it's
no, I
like you
got
put up a
picked,
fight and
but
got
I put up
away,
a
but
fight
then
and
she
got
kind of
away.
dismisses
You-
this.
What?
I just
Or she
figured,
was like, "Oh, what?
why not fight the
Why not
monster?
fight the
you know?
monster?" You know.
Yeah, right.
Obviously.
You didn't get picked.
She
That's
thinks
okay.
you didn't get
Pull
picked
up a
too, and
chain
shaming your
sulk
fun.
with me, sister.
Well, you're kind of useless.
Look on the bright side.
Well, of
You
course.
didn't get eaten by
Always
a
look on the
monster.
bright
I'd
side.
rather do that than face my family.
Obviously,
right
the
now.
family's gonna die of
Who am I
shame.
kidding? They probably already jumped off a cloud in shame by now.
Actually, technically, if her
time we start
her
fighting that
family
monster.
jumped off the cloud,
They're
wouldn't they
just
be saved by
going
those
through that
birds?
anger phase after not
Just,
getting picked.
you know,
That was me.
unless they don't want to be
yesterday.
saved.
Well, I'll leave you alone.
Just
Well,
like my
now I'm gonna
childhood
pretty
did.
much
I'm
leave
used
her
to it.
alone now. It's a shame, really. Probably not gonna see her again either. Okay, now that we actually got the knife, we
Just
can
my
now
size.
wear the shoes. So basically drag the shoes onto Vela, and she now has the means of actually. You can now no longer sink through clouds. That's a good thing. You can still go through holes. But that's essentially it. Okay, now we're just gonna pretty much
Hey, can you make me a pair of cloud shoes?
I can't make anything without my
wear
knife.
the knife. Oh, of
I'll
course.
let you get back to your work.
My work.
Right. Now what you do is you drag the knife onto Carol, and
Say,
she basically will
that's
create
knife.
some
Yeah,
cloud
nice
shoes.
Ooh, and a blood gutter.
No, that's for the filling.
The less I know about the knife's history,
Let's find
the
out about the
better.
knife's history, the better. So,
Here.
there we go. Well, that was fast.
I know, they're big, but you'll grow into them. Trust me, you hit 40 and you're going to be grateful for a pair of comfortable shoes like that.
Oh, so you're saying that I'm gonna be fat? Bitch! But you can combine the shoes into the ladder, and you now have a means.
Turns out I am grateful for these
Turns
shoes.
out you are grateful for the shoes. Now we can use the ladder on clouds. So what's the first thing we're gonna do? Well, in the next episode, I believe we're gonna start gathering up these. We're gonna gather the golden eggs. It's our only way out of here. So next time, ladies and gentlemen, let's start gathering up those golden eggs, shall we? Let us.